Apology for Vagrants by John Langhorne, read for LibriVox.org by Brian Ness. For him who, lost to every hope of life, has long with fortune held on equal strife, known to no human love, no human care, the friendless, homeless object of despair. For the poor vagrant, feel while he complains, nor from sad freedom send to sadder chains. Alike, if folly or misfortune brought those last of woes his evil days have wrought, believe with social mercy and with me folly's misfortune in the first degree. Perhaps on some inhospitable shore the houseless wretch a widowed parent bore, who, then no more by golden prospects led, of the poor Indian begged a leafy bed. Cold on Canadian hills or Minden's plain, perhaps that parent mourned her soldier slain, bent o'er her babe, her eye dissolved in dew, the big drops mingling with the milk he drew, gave the sad presage of his future years, the child of misery, baptized in tears. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Batter My Heart, Three-Personed God by John Donne. Read for LibriVox by Vin Riley, August 16th, 2007. Batter my heart, three-personed God, for you as yet but knock, breathe, shine, and seek to mend, that I may rise and stand. O'erthrow me, and bend your force to break, blow, burn, and make me new. I, like an usurped town, to another do labor to admit you, but owe to no end. Reason, your viceroy in me should defend, but is captived, and proves weak or untrue. Yet dearly I love you, and would be loved fain, but am betrothed unto your enemy. Divorce me, untie, or break that knot again. Take me to you, imprison me, for I, except you enthrall me, never shall be free, nor ever chaste, except you ravish me. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Psalm 23, traditionally ascribed to King David of Israel, translated for King James I of England. Read for LibriVox.org by David Starner. Psalm 23, a Psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. False Though She Be by William Congreve. Read for LibriVox.org by David Starner. False though she be to me in love, I'll never pursue revenge, for still the charmer I approve, though I deplore her change. In hours of bliss we oft have met, they could not always last, and though the present I regret, I'm grateful for the past. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. A Game of Chess by Mortimer Collins. Read for LibriVox.org by David Starner. Terrace and lawn are white with frost, whose fretwork flowers upon the panes, a mocking dream of summer lost, mid winter's icy chains. White hot indoors the great logs gleam, veiled by a flickering flame of blue. I see my love as in a dream, her eyes are azure too. She puts her hair behind her ears, each little ear so like a shell, touches her ivory queen and fears she is not playing well. For me, I think of nothing less. I think how those pure pearls become her, and which is sweetest, winter chess or garden strolls in summer. O linger frost upon the pane! O faint blue flame, still softly rise! O dear one, thus with me remain, that I may watch thine eyes. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Guinea Pig by Anonymous. Read for LibriVox.org by Jan McGillivray. There was a little guinea pig who, being little, was not big. He always walked upon his feet, and never fasted when he eat. When from a place he ran away, he never at that place did stay. And while he ran, as I am told, he ne'er stood still for young or old. He often squeaked, and sometimes violent, and when he squeaked, he ne'er was silent. Though ne'er instructed by a cat, he knew a mouse was not a rat. One day, as I am certified, he took a whim and fairly died, and as I'm told by men of sense, he never has been living since. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Inscription for the Entrance to a Wood by William Cullen Bryant. Read for LibriVox.org by Brian Ness. Stranger, if thou hast learned a truth which needs no school of long experience, that the world is full of guilt and misery, and hast seen enough of all its sorrows, crimes, and cares, to tire thee of it, enter this wild wood and view the haunts of nature. The calm shade shall bring a kindred calm, and the sweet breeze that makes the green leaves dance shall waft a balm to thy sick heart. Thou wilt find nothing here of all that pained thee in the haunts of men, and made thee loathe thy life. The primal curse fell, it is true, upon the unsinning earth, but not in vengeance. God hath yoked to guilt her pale tormentor, misery. Hence these shades are still the abodes of gladness. The thick roof of green and stirring branches is alive and musical with birds that sing and sport in wantonness of spirit, while below the squirrel with raised paws and form erect chirps merrily. Throngs of insects in the shade try their thin wings and dance in the warm beam that waked them into life. Even the green trees partake the deep contentment. As they bend to the soft winds, the sun from the blue sky looks and sheds a blessing on the scene. Scarce less the cleft-born wildflower seems to enjoy existence than the winged plunderer that sucks its sweets. The massy rocks themselves, and the old and ponderous trunks of prostrate trees that lead from knoll to knoll a causey rude, or bridge the sunken brook, and their dark roots with all their earth upon them twisting high, breathe fixed tranquillity. The rivulet sends forth glad sounds, and tripping o'er its bed of pebbly sands, or leaping down the rocks, seems with continuous laughter to rejoice in its own being. Softly tread the marge, lest from her midway perch you scare the wren that dips her bill in water. The cool wind that stirs the stream in play shall come to thee, like one that loves thee, nor will let thee pass ungreeted, and shall give its light embrace. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. A Nocturnal Reverie by Lady Winchelsea. Read for LibriVox.org by Brian Ness. In such a night, when every louder wind is to its distant cavern safe confined, and only gentle Zephyr fans his wings, and lonely Philomel, still waking, sings, or from some tree, famed for the owl's delight, she, hollowing clear, directs the wanderer right. In such a night, when passing clouds give place, or thinly veil the heaven's mysterious face, when in some river overhung with green the waving moon and trembling leaves are seen, when freshened grass now bears itself upright, and makes cool banks to pleasing rest invite, whence springs the woodbine and the bramble rose, and where the sleepy cowslip sheltered grows, whilst now a paler hue the foxglove takes, yet checkers still with red the dusky breaks, when scattered glowworms, but in twilight fine, show trivial beauties watch their hour to shine, whilst Salisbury stands the test of every light, in perfect charms and perfect virtue bright. When odors, which declined repelling day, through temperate air uninterrupted stray, when darkened groves their softest shadows wear, and falling water we distinctly hear, when through the gloom more venerable shows some ancient fabric, awful in repose, while sunburnt hills their swarthy looks conceal, and swelling haycocks thicken up the vale. When the loosed horse now, as his pasture leads, comes slowly grazing through the adjoining meads, whose stealing pace and lengthening shade we fear, till torn up forage in his teeth we hear, when nibbling sheep at large pursue their food, and unmolested kine rechew the cud, when curlews cry beneath the village walls, and to her straggling brood the partridge calls, their short-lived jubilee the creatures keep, which but endures whilst tyrant man does sleep, when a sedate content the spirit feels, and no fierce light disturb whilst it reveals, but silent musings urge the mind to seek something too high for syllables to speak, till the free soul to a composedness charmed, finding the elements of rage disarmed, or all below a solemn quiet groan, joys in the inferior world, and thinks it like her own. In such a night let me abroad remain, till morning breaks and all's confused again. Our cares, our toils, our clamors are renewed, or pleasures seldom reached again pursued. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
O Wert Thou in the Storm, by John Clare, read for LibriVox.org by David Barnes. O wert thou in the storm, how I would shield thee, to keep thee dry and warm, a camp I would build thee. Though the clouds poured again, not a drop should harm thee, the music of wind and rain rather should charm thee. O wert thou in the storm, a shed I would build thee, to keep thee dry and warm, how I would shield thee. The rain should not wet thee, nor thunderclap harm thee, by thy side I would sit me, to comfort and warm thee. I would sit by thy side, love, while the dread storm was over, and the wings of an angel my charmer would cover. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Owl Against Robin by Sidney Lanier. Read for LibriVox.org by Squid Vasilakova. Owl Against Robin. Frowning, the owl in the oak complained him sore, that the song of the robin restrained him wrongly of slumber, rudely of rest. From the north, from the east, from the south and the west, woodland, wheatfield, cornfield, clover, over and over and over and over. 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 or 7, nothing but robin songs heard under heaven. How can we sleep? Peep, you whistle, and cheep, cheep, cheep. Oh, peep if you will, and buy if 'tis cheap, and have done. For an owl must sleep. Are you singing for fame, and who shall be first? Each day's the same, yet the last is worst, and the summer is cursed, with the silly outburst of idiot redbreast peeping and cheeping by day, when all honest birds ought to be sleeping. Lord, what a din! And so out of all reason. Have ye not heard that each thing hath its season? Night is to work in, night is for playtime. Good heavens, not daytime! A vulgar flaunt is the flaring day, the impudent, hot, unsparing day, that leaves not a stain nor a secret untold, day the reporter, the gossip of old, deformity's tease, man's common scold. Poh! Shut the eyes, let the sense go numb when day down the eastern way has come. 'Tis clear as the moon, by the argument drawn from design, that the world should retire at dawn. Day kills. The leaf and the laborer breathe death in the sun, and cities seethe. The mortal black marshes bubble with heat and puff up pestilence. Nothing as sweet has to do with the sun. Even virtue will taint, philosophers say, and manhood grow faint in the lands where the villainous sun has sway, through the lifelong drag of the dreadful day. What Eden but noonlight stares it tame, shadowless, brazen, forsaken of shame? For the sun tells lies on the landscape, now reports me the what, unrelieved with the how. As messengers lie with the facts alone, delivering the word and withholding the tone. But oh, the sweetness, and oh, the light of the high fastidious night, oh, to awake with the wise old stars, the cultured, the careful, the Chesterfield stars, that wink at the workaday fact of crime and shine so rich through the ruins of time that Baalbek is finer than London. Oh, to sit on the bough that zigzags low by the woodland pool, and loudly laugh at man, the fool that vows to the vulgar sun. Oh, rare, to wheel from the wood to the window where a day-worn sleeper is dreaming of care, and perch on the sill, and straightly stare through his visions. Rare, to sail aslant with a hill, and a curve with a vale. To flit down the shadow shot with gleam, betwixt hanging leaves and starlit stream, hither, thither, to and fro, silent, aimless, dayless, slow. Aimless? Field mice? True, they're slain, but the night philosophy hoots at pain, grips, eats quick, and drops the bones in the water beneath the bough, nor moans the death life feeds on. Robin, pray come away to the cultus of night, abandon the day, have more to think and have less to say. And cannot you walk now? Bah! Don't hop, stop! Look at the owl, scarce seen, scarce heard. Oh, irritant, iterant, maddening bird. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Song by Bliss Carman. Read for LibriVox.org by Clarica. Love, by that loosened hair. Well, now I know where the lost Lilith went so long ago. Love, by those starry eyes. I understand how the sea maidens lure mortals from land. Love, by that welling laugh. Joy claims his own, sea-born and wind-wayward, child of the sun. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Sonnet by Charles Harper. Read for LibriVox.org by Clarica. She loves me. From her own bliss-breathing lips the live confession came, like a rich perfume from crimson petals bursting into bloom. And still my heart at the remembrance skips like a young lion, and my tongue, too, trips as drunk with joy, while every object seen in life's diurnal round wears in its mien a clear assurance that no doubts eclipse. And if the common things of nature now are like old faces flushed with new delight, much more the consciousness of that rich vow deepens the beauteous and refines the bright, while throned I seem on love's divinest height, mid all the glories glowing round its brow. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Sonnet written at Stonehenge by Thomas Wharton. Read for LibriVox.org by Brian Ness. Thou noblest monument of Albion's isle, whether by Merlin's aid from Scythia's shore to Amber's fatal plain Pendragon bore, huge frame of giant hands the mighty pile, t' entomb his Britons slain by Hengist's guile, or Druid priests sprinkled with human gore, taught mid thy massy maze their mystic lore, or Danish chiefs enriched with savage spoil, to victory's idol vast and unhewn shrine, reared the rude heap, Or in thy hallowed round repose the kings of Brutus' genuine line, or here those kings in solemn state were crowned. Studious to trace thy wondrous origin, we muse on many an ancient tale renowned. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Thanks for a Gift by Michael Angelo Buonarroti. Read for LibriVox.org by Brian Ness. The sugar, candles, and the saddled mule, together with your cask of Malvoisie, so far exceed all my necessity, that Michael and not I my debt must rule. In such a glassy calm the breezes fool my sinking sails, so that amid the sea my bark hath missed her way, and seems to be a wisp of straw whirled on a weltering pool. To yield thee gift for gift, and grace for grace, for food and drink and carriage to and fro, for all my need in every time and place, O my dear Lord, matched with the much I owe, all that I am were no real recompense. Paying a debt is not munificence. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Thunder Mutters Louder and More Loud by John Clare. Read for LibriVox.org by David Barnes. The thunder mutters louder and more loud. With quicker motion hay folks ply the rake. Ready to burst, slow sails the pitch-black cloud, and all the gang a bigger haycock make, to sit beneath, the woodland winds awake, the drops so large, wet all through in an hour. A tiny flood runs down the leaning rake. In the sweet hay, yet dry, the hay folks cower, and some beneath the wagon shun the shower. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Travel by Edna St. Vincent Millay. Read for LibriVox.org by Leanne Howlett. The railroad track is miles away, and the day is loud with voices speaking. Yet there isn't a train goes by all day but I hear its whistle shrieking. All night there isn't a train goes by, though the night is still for sleep and dreaming. But I see its cinders red on the sky, and I hear its engine steaming. My heart is warm with the friends I make, and better friends I'll not be knowing. Yet there isn't a train I wouldn't take, no matter where it's going. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Vagabond Song by Bliss Carman. Read for LibriVox.org by Clarica. There is something in the autumn that is native to my blood, touch of manner, hint of mood, and my heart is like a rhyme, with the yellow and the purple and the crimson keeping time. The scarlet of the maples can shake me like a cry of bugles going by, and my lonely spirit thrills to see the frosty asters like a smoke upon the hills. There is something in October sets the gypsy blood astir. We must rise and follow her, when from every hill of flame she calls and calls each vagabond by name. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Huango Tree by Anonymous. Read for LibriVox.org by Jan McGillivray. The woggly bird sat on the Huango tree, nooping the rinkum corn, and graper, alas, grew he, and cursed the day he was born. His croot was clum, and his voice was rum, as curiously thus sang he: "O would I'd been rammed and eternally clammed ere I perched on this Huango tree." Now the Huango tree had a bubbly thorn, as sharp as a newtie's bill, and it stuck in the woggly bird's umptum lorn, and wee Padge the smart did thrill. He fumbled and cursed, but that wasn't the worst, for he couldn't at all get free, and he cried, I am gammed and injustably nammed on the luggardly whango tree. And there he sits still, with no worm in his bill, nor no guggledum in his nest. He is hungry and bare, and goblittered with care, and his grabbles give him no rest. He is weary and sore, and his tugmut is sore, and nothing to nob has he, as he chirps, I am blammed and corruptibly jammed in this cuggerdom whango tree. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
When You See Millions of the Mouthless Dead by Charles Hamilton Sorley. Read for LibriVox.org by Leanne Howlett. When you see millions of the mouthless dead across your dreams in pale battalions go, say not soft things as other men have said, that you'll remember, for you need not so. Give them not praise, for deaf, how should they know it is not curses heaped on each gashed head? Nor tears, their blind eyes see not your tears flow. Nor honor, it is easy to be dead. Say only this, they are dead, then add thereto, yet many a better one has died before. Then scanning all the o'ercrowded mass, should you perceive one face that you loved heretofore, it is a spook. None wears the face you knew. Great death has made all his, for evermore. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Windflower by Bliss Carman. Read for LibriVox.org by Clarica. Between the roadside and the wood, between the dawning and the dew, a tiny flower before the wind, ephemeral in time, I grew. The chance of straying feet came by, nor death, nor love, nor any name known among men in all their lands, yet failure put desire to shame. Tonight can bring no healing now, the calm of yesternight is gone. Surely the wind is but the wind, and I a broken waif thereon. How fair my thousand brothers wave upon the floor of God's abode, whence came that careless wanderer between the woodside and the road. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.